Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1. That was a heartbreaking result at Villa Park. To be honest, I remember when we used to talk about Buendia in the past and how he was linked to Arsenal and how he was supposed to be one of the attacking midfielders that would help Arsenal and so on and so forth. And to see him come in and score that last minute goal really puts a dagger into the heart for some reason. I don't know why. But honestly, it was a really, really tough game. And to be honest with you, I think this is something that we should have expected going into this game, to be honest. A loss was always on the cards, especially since we don't have our starting centre-backs. Gabriel's injured, Saliba's injured, Mosquera's out for 8 weeks. I mean, what the hell is going on with our centre-back injuries? We just have the most worst luck. And it's not the case of, oh yeah, did we do something in the summer? We should have done something here and there. Look, at the end of the day, we prepared the best way we could and we're just unlucky. What can we do? And I see Timber playing centre-back, and whenever I've seen Timber play centre-back, I'm never ever confident that it will work out. Now, yes, against Brentford, he was able to cover it for a half. Yes, people may say it's a short-term solution, but to me, even as a short-term solution, I'm not confident with it. Because look, Timber is what, like under 6 foot, he's not tall enough, and it's a completely different thing playing right back or left back than centre back. They're both very, very different positions, and especially with how technical football is nowadays, Timber's doing the best he can, but I'm just not convinced. And Hincapié, if I were to put a fault for that goal, I'll blame him, because that whole start and when they were able to get the ball back came from Hincapié, because I remember he did the interception, he ran into space, and then he just kept running the ball out of play. I mean, come on, man, just stop, relax, chill out. Like, I don't know what was going on in his head where he just kept running and running and eventually just kept running the ball outside the pitch. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, and this game, I thought Hincapié did much better compared to his previous games, but I think the current theme throughout this entire squad right now, especially in the whole pitch, is that everyone just looks jagged, leggy, tired. And I know that Villa Park is a tough place to go. I know they've been doing really well this season, last season, and so on and so forth, but at the end of the day, like, I just don't think it was good enough. We needed to have legs that were more fresher. We made attacking substitutions, but I think in the midfield we were just lagging. And the question does ask, will Norgard get an opportunity? Because as these runs and fixtures come along, we're going to need our squad, and we're going to need guys like that to come forward, because playing the same team over and over again isn't always the best solution. I thought Ben White did pretty well. We got to see what we've been missing over the last year or so, and I think that from his man of the match performance, for him to play against Aston Villa was a good decision. I thought that with Eze and Saka starting, it was clear that we wanted to go out strong at the start, but ultimately Eze got subbed off at half time. Trossard came on, and the thing is with Trossard, he got the goal back, which I'm quite happy about, but I was a bit concerned because I was like, isn't this guy meant to be out for weeks? And he just came back so quickly. And for him to come on and to get subbed off, that could only show that Trossard is possibly still injured. And I'm happy that he got the goal, but I need my players 100% fit, and we have players to come in and do the job. I mean, whether it's Martinelli or Madueke, Eze, these are the guys that are meant to essentially cover for players when they're injured, especially if Trossard is injured. I saw when Gyökeres came on, I was happy that he came on, but we just weren't giving him the service. And don't get me wrong, outside of him being in the box, some of his passes were very clunky and just going wayward, essentially. I think some of the touches just weren't going to where they were supposed to go. And I think that in terms of just him being at the end of like finishes and stuff, he was unlucky in that sense, but in terms of the other parts of the pitch of where he was at, I don't think it was that good enough, and I'll be very honest with you. And I think that with another player that quite disappointed me was Saka today. And I think with Saka, like, you can tell he was really fired up. You could tell that things weren't going his way and he was blaming the referee, and the way he reacted to get the yellow card, I think I knew that Arteta was going to sub him off because we didn't want to risk that red card, because Saka was very, very animated. However, I just think that in this game I need him to do more, and I need the other players to do more as well, especially with Declan Rice. I've been a big fan of him over the last couple of games. I think he's played absolutely superb, but I think this game he just looked far too leggy for me, especially come the last 10 minutes of the game. He looked absolutely spent, and I think a lot of people are concerned with the fact that, how long can we keep playing Rice, and when can we possibly give him a break? And to be honest with you, a lot of people are saying we should go in the transfer window and get this player and that player, but if my opinion, the player that is meant to cover for Rice is the guy that was playing up top, which was Mikel Merino. Now don't get me wrong, Mikel Merino up top, fantastic, played really well over the last couple of games. Today he didn't really get a goal, and today I don't think he was as effective, but in terms of someone covering for Declan Rice, it's supposed to be Mikel Merino, and for him to be playing up top and for us to like shift up like players and positions like this, I don't know, man, it's just a bit strange to me. And that's why I think now that Gyökeres is back in the team and possibly Kai Havertz will be coming back, we need to put players in their proper positions. We need to put put Merino as a deputy for Declan Rice, and we need to put either Gyökeres up top, and then if Havertz wants to go up top as well, then put him up top. But overall, I need to give credit to Aston Villa. They played quite well. Their counter-attacks were absolutely lethal. While Arsenal may have had more of the ball, and statistically we may have had one more shot compared to their, well, 15 to their 14 and 8 to their 7, it was a very, very end-to-end game. And for me, because Aston Villa had more of the clear-cut chances, for me, they deserve to win. And it was very unfortunate. I was hoping that we'd get out of there with the draw, but just because of our tired legs and just because we weren't focused, especially in that last minute of the game, they punished us. And I think that's what happens when we don't have our proper centre-back back on the pitch. I don't know what's going to happen against Wolves. Wolves are a relegation team. Maybe they came at just the right time because Arsenal need to rotate. We need to play guys like Norgard and Nwaneri and these other guys that can hopefully help out, and especially someone in defence. I mean, we saw a guy, that Salmon guy that was on the bench, that youngster. So would that be an opportunity for maybe him to come on? I don't know. And especially with Ben White, I think one of the questions that I have about him is that, look, at right back, I know what he can do, but we've seen him play a season or two in centre back. So I don't know why he isn't picked as an option to play centre back, which is quite strange to me. But in terms of as a result for Arsenal, this was always in the coming. Losing our two centre backs, there were always going to be points dropped. And now, while we are at the top of the table, the gap has gone smaller. And this is the thing about this season. This is the thing about the December Christmas period. There's going to be games that come in thick and fast, and we need to make sure we get as many points as possible and get as many wins as possible. It was a bad day at the office away at Villa Park. Next week we're going to be at home to Wolves, and we need to make sure we just get the 3 points essentially. And yeah, that's that. Well done to Unai Emery and Aston Villa. Matty Cash did score a good goal. It went through Raya's legs, and that was annoying to see, but what can you do? Anyhow, that's it for this video. Well done, Aston Villa. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye.